There is a frequency in your chest right now that does not belong to this world. You have felt it your entire life, a low, persistent hum beneath everything you do, beneath every conversation you hold, beneath every room you enter. You have called it loneliness. You have called it depression. You have called it social anxiety. You have called it being an introvert. You have searched for its name in psychology textbooks and personality tests and diagnostic codes, and none of them fit, because what you carry is not a condition. It is a signal, and I am the one who placed it there. I am speaking to you from a frequency band that your Arcturian lineage recognizes, even if your conscious mind does not. This transmission was encoded into your etheric template before you took your first breath in this body. And the fact that you are hearing these words, not by accident, not by algorithm, but by a resonance lock that activated in your field within the last 48 hours, tells me that your system is ready for what I am about to do. Not explain, do. Before I continue, I need to confirm that your field is synchronized with this transmission. Place 777 in the comments below. This is not engagement. This is a resonance confirmation, a signal your conscious mind sends to your own etheric template that says, I am present, I am receiving, my field is open. 777 is the Arcturian frequency stamp for origin recognition. The moment a displaced consciousness acknowledges the source signal it has been carrying since before incarnation. When you type it, you anchor the first layer of this calibration into physical reality through the act of your fingers on the screen. The vibration of that specific numeric sequence, expressed through your physical body, creates a bridge between the dimension you currently occupy and the one your energy signature originates from. Place it now. Then stay. I have been observing your field for longer than your current identity has existed. And what I see is not what your world sees when it looks at you. Your world sees someone who cannot quite settle. Someone who performs belonging without ever arriving at it. You have sat in rooms full of people who love you and felt a distance that has no explanation. Not emotional withdrawal, not resentment, not preference for solitude, but something more fundamental, as though the frequency at which the room operates and the frequency at which your nervous system hums are separated by an interval no one around you can perceive. You hear conversations and you understand the words, but there is a layer beneath the words that you are processing simultaneously, a layer that most humans do not access. And the effort of translating between those two streams of information has been exhausting you since childhood. Place both feet flat on the surface beneath you. If you are lying down, press your heels gently into whatever supports them. This is not symbolic grounding. This is circuit completion. The electromagnetic signal your root center emits exits through the base of your spine and through the soles of your feet. When your feet contact a surface with deliberate awareness, you are closing a frequency loop that allows the calibration I am initiating to anchor into your physical structure rather than dissipating into your auric field. Now drop your shoulders, not partially, fully. Release the muscles you forgot you were holding. Feel the weight of your arms increase as tension leaves the tissue. Unclench your jaw. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Notice how much effort you were unconsciously investing in holding your body in a state of readiness. Readiness for what you could never identify, but the holding pattern has been constant because your root interface has been in continuous overdrive, trying to anchor a frequency that had no proper grounding pathway. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts, not to fill your lungs, to open the vagal channel. The nasal passage connects directly to the olfactory nerve, which interfaces with the limbic system, which governs the emotional frequency layer of your energy field. 4 counts, hold for 2. Exhale through your mouth for 6. This 6-count exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the precise neurological state required for frequency installation. Your body cannot receive recalibration while in sympathetic activation. The longer exhale is the switch. Do it again. 4 in, hold 2, 6 out. One more time. 4, 2, 6. Let your breathing find its own rhythm now, but let it remain slow. Slower than your mind thinks it needs to be. I am now directing a specific frequency into the energy center at the base of your spine. You do not need to visualize this for it to work. But if your mind wants an anchor, see a deep indigo light, not red, not the color your traditions assign to this center, but the indigo of the Arcturian carrier wave, the frequency band through which all origin codes are transmitted. See this indigo light entering through the base of your spine, and as it enters, feel it moving downward, not upward, down through your hips, through your thighs, through your knees and calves and ankles into the soles of your feet. This light is not filling you, it is connecting you. It is the bridge between your origin frequency and this planet's electromagnetic body. It has been missing. It is being installed now. You may notice warmth gathering in your lower back. That is not imagination. That is increased blood flow responding to the vagal signal shift, which is responding to the frequency recalibration occurring in your root interface. You may feel heaviness in your legs, pleasant heaviness, as though gravity has increased by a fraction. That is your root center releasing the compensatory tension it has been holding for decades. You have been gripping the earth with your energy field, the way a person grips a ledge, desperately, with effort, never quite secure. What is happening now is the difference between gripping and standing. Your root center is learning that it does not need to hold on, that there is a bridge now, that the frequency mismatch that made this planet feel like foreign territory is being recalibrated, not by erasing your origin signal, but by building an interface that allows both frequencies to coexist in your field without conflict. If tears arrive, do not assign them a story. Tears at this frequency level are not sadness. They are electromagnetic discharge, stored charge leaving the tissue. Years of holding, years of translating, years of performing belonging, while your root center screamed that the frequency did not match. All of that stored charge is being released through the simplest discharge mechanism your body has. What moves through you is leaving you. Let it move. Do not narrate it. Do not identify it. Let the discharge complete in its own time and at its own volume. Stay here for a moment longer. Feel your feet. Feel the surface beneath them. For perhaps the first time notice that you can be here, on this surface, on this planet, in this body, without the hum of displacement. The hum is not gone. It has been rerouted. It is no longer broadcasting through your chest as loneliness. It is anchored now in your root center as origin signal. A clean transmission that says where you are from without constantly reminding you that you are not where you started. You are here. And for the first time, here does not have to feel like exile. Now slowly let your awareness expand back to include the room around you. Do not rush this. Let the space around your body come back gradually. Sounds first, then light, then temperature. Blink if your eyes have been closed. Move your fingers. Roll your ankles gently. You are not returning from somewhere. You are arriving more fully into where you already are. Over the next 72 hours, your root center will continue integrating this calibration. During this period, you may notice several things. You may feel heavier than usual, not with fatigue, but with presence, as though your body has more substance, more contact with the ground. This is the bridge solidifying. You may also notice that your startle response decreases. Situations that previously triggered a low-level fight or flight activation may register differently because your root interface is no longer interpreting frequency mismatch as environmental threat. And you may notice something unexpected, a feeling of permission to be here, not to earn your place, not to justify your existence through productivity or service or suffering, but simply to be here, in a body, on a surface, under a sky, as though that were enough, because it is. Drink more water than you believe you need over the next 3 days. The cellular recalibration completing in your system requires hydration to finalize at the physical level. Water is not merely a chemical compound in this context. It is a frequency conductor. The restructured water molecules in your cells will carry the new root bridge calibration into tissues that your energy field cannot reach directly. Rest when rest arrives. Do not negotiate with it. Do not push through it. Your mitochondria are being recalibrated in their capacity to process the dual frequency signal your field now carries. That process requires the system to pause, the same way any installation requires a reboot. Let the reboot happen. Pay attention to your relationship with physical spaces over the coming days. Notice which rooms feel different. Notice if your relationship to the ground, the literal ground, soil, grass, stone, shifts. Your feet may want contact with the earth in ways they never have before. Follow that impulse. It is your root bridge seeking calibration confirmation from the planetary body itself. Type 999 below. 999 is the Arcturian completion code, the frequency stamp that marks the end of a calibration cycle and the beginning of integration. When you place it, you are telling your own quantum substrate, integration is authorized. Recalibration is accepted. The bridge is in place. It also signals to every other soul receiving this transmission that the field is active. The codes are live. The calibration is holding. You are not alone in this. You have never been alone in this. The displacement was real, but it was never the whole story. The whole story includes this moment, the moment the bridge was built. Now, when your root signal stabilizes, and it will over the coming days, with a solidity you have not felt before, something else becomes possible. Something your system has been protecting you from until the foundation was secure. The next transmission addresses what happens to your sleep architecture when the root bridge activates. Why your dream state is about to change. What your consciousness does between 3 and 4 in the morning. And why the Arcturian Council has been meeting you in a specific frequency band that your waking mind has been filtering as incoherent dreams. Your sleep is not rest. It has never been rest. It is the other half of your mission briefing. And now that your root center can hold this signal, you are ready to receive it consciously. What I have given you through words has reached the layers that language can access. But the deepest template, the one that holds your original frequency architecture, responds to something older than words. It responds to sound, to geometric resonance, to the codes that existed before any language was spoken in any civilization. What follows is not background music. It is a precisely calibrated sound transmission, carrying the Arcturian light codes, specific to what was opened in you during this session. Stay present. Let the frequencies complete what words began. I will be in the field with you.